Hey everyone, it's Alireza here. Hope you are having a great day. Today we are going to create a care package for our game. Before we begin, just note that the style of our game is very low poly, but if you don't like that, you can always add more geometry to the models. So let's waste no more time and jump right into it. First, I'm going to add a UV sphere. Then I'm gonna make the radius to 2 meters. I'm gonna move it up a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Then I'm gonna go to X-ray mode and delete the bottom half. I'm gonna go to modifiers and add a solidify, and with the solidify modifier you can add thickness to your model. I'm gonna apply it because I'm not going to use it anymore. Now I'm gonna go to X-ray mode and select these vertices. I'm gonna make it even on every side. Now I'm double checking to see if I selected all of them. Yes, I did. Then I'm gonna add a tiny bevel on these vertices, so I'll be able to add ropes. I'm gonna select the faces that have been created. Then I'm gonna extrude them down for 3 meters, maybe 1 meter more. Yeah, that looks good. Now let's select the vertices and move them into the middle. After I move them into the center, I am going to add a torus. I want to scale it. Now it's like the ropes are attached to something. Now our low poly parachute is done. You can make it more high poly if you want, but I'm not going to because that's the style that I'm looking for. I'm going to add the actual box itself. I'm going to move it up so it's aligned with the 0. Make sure your snapping is set to vertex mode. Let's add a plane as a ground. I'm gonna add some loop cuts with Ctrl R. I'm gonna move the edges evenly on both sides so the spacing is correct on every side. Make sure to dissolve the edges that you don't need, because in game development, every edge matters. Now select the box, Ctrl A and apply rotation and scale, so we won't have any weird problems. Now let's select these faces that we have created, hit Ctrl F on your keyboard and extrude individual faces. Now let's add the sheet over the box. I actually don't know the name of it. Then I'm going to add a plane. I'm going to subdivide this multiple times because this has to be high poly because we're going to add a cloth simulation to it. You can add more if you want. Now let's add a collision to the box and the cloth simulation to the sheet. Now if we go to layout and hit space, we're going to see our sheet falls on the box. Now we can see there are little problems, so we are going into physics tab and then go down to the collision section and enable set collision. It will prevent vertices from going into each other. Now because this is such a low poly model, the lines look jagged. We can add a subdivision surface to fix that and it will look super good, but I'm not going to because that's not the style of my game. And now I'm gonna apply the cloth simulations on the sheet because I'm not going to change anything else in the future. Now I think the box is a little bit short, so I'm gonna select the vertices and just move them a little bit in the z-axis. There is a little bit of z fighting, so I'm gonna move the vertices up a little. Now I'm gonna add the straps around the box. So I'm gonna add a cube, scale it down, space it evenly. gonna start modeling it around the box and the shape. So now for extruding, I'm gonna hold Control and right click. It's a very good shortcut for extruding. I'm just making sure that it's not really clipping with any of the sheet or the box. I'm gonna do the other half now. Again, I'm holding Control and right clicking. You have a little bit clipping here. Make sure to go to X-ray mode for this. Now I'm just aligning them to the other side because I'm a psychopath and I want everything to be even. So we're gonna start duplicating. I'm gonna go to the top view, duplicate one, then select both of them and rotate them 90 degrees on the Z-axis. Now they're obviously clipping, so I'm gonna add a loop cut in the middle and just move it up a little bit. That looks good, I'm happy with it. I'm just gonna bring it down, make sure everything is working fine. Now we have a low poly care package. In the next video we are going to do the unwrapping and texturing of this model. If you guys learned something from this video, make sure to like it and also subscribe to the channel. Until the next video, take care.